So if you know, when you've been listening to him, Bouncer on numerous occasions has talked about how he's helped many people, um, but after he helps them, it always seems to go wrong, and then they kind of betray him or leave him. You understand? Abandon him, so to speak, after all that he's put in. So I'm going to use Bouncer to talk about cycles, which then lead to patterns. So, like I said, this is hypothetical. It is not true. I do not, it's not true. Yeah. So let's say Bouncer's here. And at a time in Bouncer's life, Bouncer was abandoned. Yeah. Not by somebody that he's helped. He's just been abandoned in some way, shape, or form. So after he's experienced this abandonment, it it's affected his self-image, his self-esteem, and how he sees himself. So in order to make himself feel better, replenish that void in him, yeah, he's like, I need to give value to myself. I need to feel valued. So one way I'm going to feel valued is by being helpful, because there's no other feeling greater than feeling valued by somebody who appreciates you because you've helped them. That feeling ain't a joke. That feeling ain't. Let me give you an example why that feeling ain't a joke. That's the same feeling that God feels all the time. That's the feeling that keeps God going. That's why it says, lift up your voice to me, pray, call on my name, and I'll be, all that type of thing. So if that's the feeling that God lives off on, imagine how it makes a human being feel when you're appreciated and valued for helping someone. You almost feel like a god. Why? Because you got the power. You got the power. You're changing the whole course of somebody's life, of somebody's destiny, based on your choice. If you say no, it ends. If you say yes, they move. That's a serious thing. So Bouncer, he can get a lot of value and reboost his self-esteem by helping people. So he does. So he helps them, he helps them, he helps them, he helps them. But one thing with cycles, yeah, let me tell you this, don't forget it. How you start is always going to be how you finish. So if you start anything because of abandonment or whatever other reason, you will always end up being abandoned. You will always end up going back to the start. So he would help, he will help, he will help. And one way, some way, most of the time, you would never see it coming. That's why it's like, how did it happen again? Because you have to think about it. If he could see it coming, he would avoid it, no? But he finds a way just to meet you again. He doesn't even find a way. It's just how it is. It's an ecosystem. It's just how things are built. The universe, the ecosystem, the dynamics, natural law is built in. So now he's helped a person and he's been abandoned again. And he's like, ah. And then it becomes a chase. He does it again. And then he does it again. And then he does it again. And then what happens? The cycle turns into a pattern. So now that it's become a pattern, he's recognizing it. Because patterns are maps. Patterns are cycles that have repeated so many times. You know it's the pattern now. You can use the pattern as a map. What do I mean? Now the pattern can guide you. You can say, oh, last time when I did that, that happened. I did it again and then that happened. I did it again and then that happened. I ain't doing it again. I'm going to move. I'm going to go left instead of right, because whenever I go right, this happens. So you use it as a map to guide you through life. That's why now Bouncer's saying, forget that. I'm not doing that again. But notice this. Bouncer is still in that energy of, let me help, because now he's helping us. Now he's saying, you know what? I'm going to help the community. I'm going to help change up the whole agenda. So that energy, that vibe is in him, is in all of us. To be honest, is in all of us, because we've all come from God. We're his children. We're just mutations from him. So whatever is in God, I say him, it, her, whatever you believe. But so that thing's in Bouncer is in us. It's just that how it's used can sometimes get corrupted. So because it starts, anyway, we're getting deep. So I say all that to say, now, sorry, I lost my trail of thought. And I'm pausing because I don't edit these videos. It's going right up as it is, so I'm not stopping to crop and delete. So just be patient with me. Let me gather my thoughts. Okay, so now Bounce has clocked the pattern. He's saying, I'm doing it different. Yeah, I'm doing it different. So how is he doing it different? For example, he's got an event coming up, marketing and all that. Like he said, this is my last one I'm doing in person. After that is only online. Meaning I'm not jumping on no flight to be coming down back and forth to be doing this to teach you lot. He's still helping, but the way he's doing it is different. It's going to be less taxing on him. He's given less of himself to get to help, but he's still helping. He's still helping is important because some people, oh, I'm not doing it no more. And then they end up becoming bad and becoming evil. Don't let that happen to you. Stay focused, relax, and then just kind of change your method. Don't lie to yourself because you've probably been doing that. That's why you end up in the position. You think everyone's your friend, you think everyone's good, and then they shock you. Be truthful. This one, they're a bit snaky. This one, they're a bit, it's fine. And so you know how to move. You understand?